Okay, you wanted to see me rubbing the left side of Prairie's neck.
He had a few blobs of pine tar in his hair, so I cut him out with scissors. I don't really feel any lumps. He's kind of licking and chewing a little bit there.
As I've watched this video in editing over and over, I notice that I've kind of evolved in my thinking about it. I thought initially I wasn't finding anything and I wasn't doing any good and Prairie wasn't reacting to anything. But he actually is reacting a lot. I am finding all sorts of anomalies.
What's that?
And I think it is doing some good.
Now when the massage therapist was here, hold on there. Hold on. Step back over there. You trying to tell me something? Now when the massage therapist was here, I think it was last June, she barely touched him. And he had a big goose egg sticking out on his neck right here. And she just did this very lightly. And by the time she was done, it was all gone. So, I don't know. I've tried getting real tough and really pushing on his neck here. And he kind of acts like I'm punishing him. And he doesn't know why. So I'm just kind of taking it easy here. He kind of looks like he's enjoying this a little bit. His lips are twitching a little bit and his eyes are half closing. Oh, I feel something stringy right there. What's that? Yeah, that goose egg is totally gone now. Oh my gosh, does that feel good? What do you think about that? He just really stuck his tongue out.
I recall that the massage therapist said the more they stick their tongue out, the more they're feeling a release of tension and pain. And I'm just noticing as I watch this, he does that a lot.
Oh, there's a big lump right there. That feels like a bone, though. Is this part of his? This is probably part of his neck, cervical, spine vertebra. Eh? That's a big hard knot right there. What do you think about that, buddy? Oh my gosh, he's sticking his tongue out. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Huh? Where are you going?
So maybe that thing I thought was a bone actually was a muscle knot. I'm continuing to try rubbing it.
Put that head down a little bit. Ah, good boy.
The blowing and sighing are also signs of release.
He's dropping his head all the way to the ground. And he's just trying to scratch his nose now. Let's close this gate. I'll spend a little bit longer on this and then we're going to give it up.
He's continuously licking.
Yeah. Where are you going? Want me to scratch you someplace else?
He may be moving like this because he wants me to rub his back too. I'm kind of finding all kinds of phantom lumps and bumps. But I think I was doing more good than I realized at the time when I was in the middle of this. His attitude just became so friendly and sweet and cooperative. These things that I'm feeling kind of seem to come and go.
So good there. I do not feel any lumpy places. Feels firm, smooth, not super firm. I mean, it doesn't feel like steel or anything. It feels like, he put his head up a little bit. How's that feel right there? That feels a little stringy, maybe. Like cords.
At the time, I didn't really know what to make of him dropping his head all
What are
the
you thinking
time,
about?
but I think he was stretching his neck out. He wasn't being defensive.
Okay, now he's just kind of dropping his head all the way to the ground. I think that's kind of a defense mechanism. If I get too firm, he kind of drops it to the ground, so I can't reach into all those little places where it hurts the most. Good boy. A little more. Good boy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good boy.
When I was doing this with Prairie, I thought, well, okay, he enjoys this. It feels good to him. But I don't see any long-term benefits, really. Now I'm not so sure.
He says, okay, now it's starting to get fun.
I think this might be doing good. In groundwork, he has no problem at all bending to the maximum on circles to the left. And yet somehow when I'm riding him, he goes flat, he loses his bend, his head will come up, he'll be counterbent, he'll do turn in and fall in on the circle. He seems to just gravitate to that bucket. And yet in hand, look at him, he does beautifully. He's even doing a real halt with his head down. You know, normally on circles to the left, he just drags his feet, he barely moves. But in hand, he is very bent, swings his legs, he's really striding freely. And I would love to see this under saddle, but I just can't seem to get it. I've been dealing with this falling in problem for months. Spinning around just like this. Now this is at regular speed, and yet it looks like it's slowed down. He is dragging. He's got no bend. Oh my gosh, it's actually painful to watch this. It was painful to live it, and now it's just as painful to watch it. So I'm trying to apply your remedy, which is just to let him fall in and even encourage it until he wants to move out. And I'm starting to feel like, okay, he wants to move out. So when I get him out there a little bit further away from the bucket, I give him a pat to reward him. Look how nicely he's standing there, so soft through the neck and just waiting. He's really being a gentleman. Okay, I'm asking him to move out, and this is perfection. I give him a pat there, and now I want him to go straight. And all of a sudden, he starts falling in. I'm trying to ask for move out, but he is so counterflexed, he's bent the wrong way. And finally, I just give up, and I let him go to the right. I have no complaints about him going to the right. I want to stop him and get a turn to the left here, and he's really saying, no, Mommy, don't make me. I'm trying to get his head in front of him. Now I'm trying to ask him to do a turn in to the left. It's a little gusty now. Oh, he's just really saying, please don't make me do that. I'm still asking. He's kind of twisting his head around. Okay, he's doing it. And he does it very well. But it was under protest. So I've got him out on the circle now, still on a circle to the left. And we're doing lots of move out and just practicing a lot of move out. I say, that was good. Now let's stay out here on the circle to the left and don't fall in. I'm asking him to straighten out his neck. His default position is always to turn his head to the right because that's where he wants to go. He does very nice move out. I stop him. Big pat. No, put your head down. And I ask him to move out again. And he's doing all of this very well. But I hope the work on his neck helps him with the falling in.
I finished riding him, and it occurred to me maybe he won't go to the left because it's the right side of his neck that hurts. He can't stand stretching it to bend. Maybe that's the... Oh, my goodness. What are you doing there, buddy? Yeah, I finished riding him, and I've just been giving him some treats, and I kind of do feel a big, hard, wide lump right there. Yeah. Oh, he's stretching it. Oh, I'm getting after it. And now, don't bite me. Yeah. Yeah, he seems to be reacting to that.
Now it seems like this is a stretch where he's enjoying the sensation, not that he's trying to defend himself against my probing.
I think that's the ticket right there. Oh, I've been rubbing the wrong side of your neck, huh? I don't want to get after him too hard. Like Linda Tellington says. Tellington Jones says. You're supposed to use a range of pressure. Yeah. And the lightest pressure is like, oh, there's a lump right there. Yes, I feel it too. Yeah. I'll be easy on it. The lightest pressure is like what you would use if you were rubbing your eyeballs. Your eyelids. Oh my gosh, there's... Ow! Don't bite me. There's a big lump right there. Can you see it?
So I'm going to continue to rub the sides of his neck before I ride and see how it goes.